You know, this is the perfect time for this because it's like 2 in the morning. I'm not in the perfect state of mind and everything is going to be funnier. So, in the summer of 2012, I was 13 and my mom rented the Cars 2 DVD. If you're not familiar with my first kind of interactions on the internet, which I'm assuming you're not, you're probably thinking, what the actual hell does Cars have to do with this story? Well, the most cringy guess is the correct one. So she rented the Cars 2 DVD because when my brothers and I were kids, we loved the first one. So she was like, yeah, this will be fun. So we put it in and we watched it and I liked it a lot. Like really, like this was my first hyperfixation for some godforsaken reason. Unfortunately, that was the same summer that I discovered fanfiction. I was like, this shit is good. Then I ran out of Cars fanfiction to read, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna write my own. And that's what I did. And it was the most terrible thing I have ever made. And I'm gonna read it and die inside. I'm going to hate this so much. I'm going to hate everything about this. Oh, let's just jump right in. There it is. Oh my goodness. August. So, this was a terrible idea. Why am I doing this? So we start off. I don't even know where to begin with this. I've just scratched the surface with explaining myself. So I was obsessed with Cars 2 in particular, because of the spies. And if you've seen Cars 2, you'll know there's 2 of them. There's Finn and Holly. I feel like I'm jumping down a rabbit hole that that's actually physically painful to be in. And I shipped them very, very hard. And I read another fanfiction where they like get together and there's like, ooh, pining, ooh, there's only one, but you know, all the classic stuff. And I was like, that was way too short. I'm gonna write my own. Okay, so we start off the story with Finn and Holly. I hate this. Wandering around. I don't even know where they are. Are they in London? I'm assuming they're in London. I'm not gonna read the first chapter because it's really short and I don't like it. So like they're on a mission. They're trying to capture an art thief that stole a work of art and like took a hostage to get away with it. And Holly's like internally complaining like, why do we have to take care of this? Like, we're spies. This is like a work for the police. I don't fucking and the main premise that keeps happening is like she keeps slipping into daydreams about her. I hate this. I hate this so much. Okay, so they're wandering around and they're like, where is he? And he's like, are you sure you're freaking GPS is working, and she's like, I don't see why it wouldn't be working properly. I hate this so much. Oh, new drinking game. Every time I say I hate this, take a shot. Actually, don't do that. You might die. Holly huffed bored of the game. Whomever they were chasing was playing. It wouldn't be too terrible to let my mind wander while Finn studies the map, would it? She thought to herself. But a good spy never lets their guard down, Holly mentally recited to herself as she followed Finn down another alley. She continued to herself in her head until Finn says, so I suppose I don't have to do anything. Just as Holly was about to let out another frustrated sigh, Finn abruptly spun around and grabbed Holly by her shoulders. I hate it. Take a shot. Finn, she asked, her pale green eyes wide as her face turned pink. Finn, what are you? She continued, but was cut off by Finn's mouth on hers. I'm not reading this. Oh, that's descriptive. Miss Shiftwell, Finn called again, impatient. Wah-huh. Jelly jumped, realizing she had let her mind wander a bit too far. You really must work on being more focused on missions. Naggy, nag, nag, nag. No, I'm sorry. This is getting a lot worse. I can't even look at my partner anymore without being distracted by things. His gorgeous aquamarine eyes, his jet black hair that curled ever so slightly at the ends and was somehow always immaculate. Not to mention his strong build that made him so irresistible. I hate this so much. I think this has definitely been edited because even though it's kind of cringy, it's worded a lot better than like the next chapter is going to be, I guarantee you. Okay, yeah, they're talking more. Ooh, they found the art thief. Okay, here's the plan. You sneak up behind him, shoot him with your taser while I distract him, and yeah, that's the chapter. That's chapter 1. I remember the original draft back from 2012 was like about 700 words, and that was a little over 1,000, so I've definitely edited that at some point. I don't remember doing that. Oh, the second chapter is pure, unedited 13-year-old. There are no paragraph breaks for new dialogue. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. So chapter 2. Later that evening, Finn and Holly returned to the apartments they now lived in. Holly was in hers, looking through some files when she heard a knock on her door. She walked over and opened it. Finn, she wondered aloud. What? Why are there no paragraph breaks, Miss Shift? Well, I have news from Chrome. If you were not at some point obsessed with Cars 2, Chrome is the spy headquarters in the Cars universe in England. I don't remember. He interrupted. Holly let him in, and Finn began to explain. Shiftwell, the art thief we caught earlier, has escaped already. And what? Holly interrupted him this time. He's escaped already? Yes, and that's not all. He's not most known for theft. He's been recently guilty of kidnapping and murder, Finn concluded. Seeing Holly was too shocked to say anything, which doesn't make much sense because you're like a spy and you've like seen people kill you've been almost killed a few times now. He continued, I've been doing some research on him. His name is Henry Smith, age 41, crimes most recently committed, theft, kidnapped, murder. There's a lot here. That's not me being uncomfortable with, that's actually what I wrote. Holly sighed. A spy's work is never finished. Let me guess. He's run off to some other country. You've already contacted Sidley, and now we have to prepare for another mission and meet him at the airport. She probably did not say it like that. Finn smiled smugly. You're too familiar with procedure, Miss Shiftwell. Oh, raindrops had started to fall as Holly looked out the jet window. This is pure, unfiltered 13-year-old angst. My life is raindrops, always raining, the sun peeking out very few times. Holly thought to herself as she glanced over at Finn. He was busy looking through all the files we had. When did I switch perspectives? We had about Henry Smith. Alright, to the best of our knowledge, Mr. Smith is somewhere in France. Chrome is currently attempting to narrow it down to a particular city. Finn explained. A faint beep was heard from Holly's holographic device, which, I'm gonna be honest, even though this story is humanized, I had not at the time figured out how to adapt that to a human. Eventually, I started, like, writing how it was in, like, bracelets on our wrists, but that is not mentioned anywhere here, I don't think. She took it out and read the message Chrome had sent. He's in Paris. Finn activated the intercom system and told Silly, who was already flying towards France, to land in Paris. Holly found herself staring at Finn again and quickly looked away. She hoped Finn didn't notice as she tried to concentrate concentrate on the growing number of water droplets on the jet window, but her mind was still on Finn. Miss Shiftwell, Finn said after a while. Holly didn't appear to hear him. Miss Shiftwell. Holly. Huh? Yes. Finn was getting tired of Holly's frequent space outs. He was trying to figure out why there should be a comma in there somewhere. I don't know, He was trying to figure out why when Sidley's voice came over the intercom. Finn, we will arrive in Paris in a few hours. There's still time to get some sleep before we land. Finn looked at Holly. Never mind. Why don't we do as Sidley suggests and get some sleep? Alright, good night. Oh, I hate that. Oh my god. Okay, if they were in England, why is it taking a few hours to get to Paris? You know what? Whatever. No gaping plot holes at all. I don't know when this comes in, but, in the movie, Sidley is the jet that appears, that is in the movie for, like, not even 5 minutes. So obviously he doesn't have much of a canon personality. And for some reason, to, have my cake and eat it too, with, like, ooh, angsty, pining romance, and also just unhinged dumbass comedy. Sidley is a dumbass, and he's actually, I'm not gonna lie, in my later fanfics that I've reread over the years, I actually do make him do a lot of funny stuff, but it's just in this very early one. All right, my throat is getting dry. That didn't help. Chapter 3 is titled Sudden Death, or So It Seems. Finn woke a couple hours later to see the Eiffel Tower out the jet window. He looked over to the other side of the cabin. Holly was still asleep. She looked so peaceful and beautiful, Finn thought. Wait, what? Did I just say Holly was beautiful? Well, no, I shouldn't think like that. She's my partner. Nothing more, but still. Holly woke up to the sound of Sidley's voice over the intercom. We're landing, sir. Thank you, Sid. I'll stay here for the next day or so to tend to the jet like it's a giant cow. I don't know why I used the word tend. After I leave, just contact me when you want me to fly you back. Sidley told them as they exited the jet. Okay, see you soon, Sidley. Good luck with your stroke. Why are they at a hotel? Why couldn't they just stay at the jet? Why? They could sleep in the jet. They'd keep Sidley company. You know what with that? When Holly and Finn finally made it to a hotel and checked in, it was 6:47. So specific. Love it. They made their way to Finn's room and began looking through the updated information they had just received from Chrome. They spent hours scouring all the information they had on Henry Smith, because they didn't do that enough already. They soon came to the conclusion that Smith was not the leader of his operation, or more like, Finn came to the conclusion. Holly was daydreaming again. Finn sighed at the lack of focus his partner had at the moment. Finn tried to get her attention by suggesting what they were going to do with what they had recently discovered. So, I believe now need... I believe we now need to locate Smith, find out who he's working for, and Miss Shiftwell, he said irritably. Huh? Oh, sorry, Finn. Holly said, blushing slightly. Finn sighed and looked over at the clock. It was 7 o'clock at night. What? Oh, it was 6:47 in the morning. I'm like, that was only like 15 minutes of scouring files. They'd been gathering information about Henry Smith all day. Well, how time flies. Why don't you head back to your room and in the morning we'll track those goons down, Finn said rather cheerfully, but really said it in defeat. Why did I add a question mark on the end of that? Holly nodded. All right. Alright, good night, Finn. When Holly was back in her hotel room, she thought about how Finn had noticed how she was unfocused. I wonder if he suspects anything, she worried. Finn is very observant. No, stop. As long as you stay focused, what was that? Holly heard something from the other room. She cautiously walked over there. I must be imagining things, she muttered. She walked over to the bed and sat down. She still had the feeling she wasn't alone. Holly shook the thought that she was being watched. She took out her iPod. Because I was 13 and wasn't allowed to have a phone. Still surprised that Finn allowed her to have one, and hit the button on the touchscreen that said shuffle. I don't know why I'm dying. After a while, she heard another noise. She got up and walked over to the bathroom. She saw no one but herself, her reflection in the mirror. She sighed and ran her fingers through her hair. Suddenly, Holly thought of Finn. What was he doing right now? Was he standing in front of his bathroom mirror, combing his fingers through his black hair? He's probably still busy with the files, she thought to herself. Holly sighed once more and walked back to her bed. Over to her bed. I messed that up just a little bit. She was about to turn her iPod off when a gun cocked behind her. That bit was in italics. Oh my god, when I was 13, I was so obsessed with like cliffhangers, and I said so. Like every author's note, I was like, cliffhanger with several exclamation points. What's gonna happen to Holly? So I don't know if this was entertaining or not. I hope that if my little mini sketches weren't, then the actual memes that I peppered in here and there were. I don't know if I'm going to do more of these, but right now I think I probably will, just because 1, I'm trying to upload to YouTube more, and 2, working on silly projects like this always makes me smile. So hopefully you get a laugh out of them too. This is going on for way too long. I'm so sorry. This was only the first 3 chapters. Oh my god. How many are there? There's like 50, right? I'm not doing all 50. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bye.